Hello students, welcome back for another class. So this will be a class 4 on module 3, that is total classes of 39. So I'll be continuing same topic, phase shift oscillator. The remaining half portion is pending. That is, so far we have seen the basic version of your phase shift oscillator, isn't it? So this was explained to you in previous class, right? So there is one drawback into this circuit. So this drawback is overcome in another circuit where we call that circuit as a stabilized oscillator. Output amplitude is stabilized. Okay. What is that? We'll see. Okay. Now see here, before going to that stabilization, let me come to this basic circuit where you can see there is one feedback resistor connected R2, right? There is one input resistance R1, and the gain is, as per Barkhausen criteria to be satisfied, the gain of this should be at least equal to 29, right? So that it can compensate for the attenuation of 29. So the gain must be maintained at least 29. You know this, right? If the gain is less than 29, there will not be any oscillations produced. Now, what what is going to be the output? Output is your V naught, right? Output is your V naught. How much will be your output? Yeah, yesterday in making this video, I remember we solved this problem, right? A 741 op amp with supply voltage of plus or minus 12 volt, design of RC phase shift oscillator to have frequency 3.5 kilohertz. Now here supply voltage is given to you as 12 volt plus or minus 12. What will be the output? Output equal to VCC minus 1, right? Output equal to VCC minus 1. Imagine its sinusoidal waveform of 11 volts, right? 11 volts. Now yes, now imagine, after imagining this sinusoidal waveform, just think that if your gain were to be more than 29, if your gain of the circuit were to be more than 29, means what would have been your output? How would have been your output? Output will cross your V naught side, right? Output should cross your V naught side, isn't it? But is there any space for it to cross? No space, right? The maximum allowable output is the saturation line. The saturation line. Because of this, what happens? The output will not be produced in sinusoidal waveform fashion. The output will start as a sinusoidal, but the moment it reaches V naught sat, there the output will be clipped. The output waveform will be clipped at V naught sat. The upper cap of your waveform will be clipped off, okay, and later on the sinusoidal waveform will continue, but the upper portion of your wave and the lower portion of your wave will be clipped off because of the threshold, that is saturation of your output voltage, because your output of op amp can never be more than supply voltage. So in any case, even if your amplitude is more than 29, then what happens? Your output gets distorted. The output gets distorted. To overcome this problem, what we do is we reduce our gain such a way that if your gain is crossing, because of your gain, if your output is crossing V naught sat, then what we do is to reduce your output within the V naught sat, to have a pure sinusoidal waveform output, we reduce the gain so as to bring it within our saturation line. Okay, so for this is why we require to do stabilization of the circuit. For doing stabilization of circuit, we need to have a control over feedback resistance, that is R2. Feedback resistance, that is R2. Where is R2? Yes. So here feedback resistance R2, how we control is by making use of diode. Now remember why we require to control resistance R2? To reduce gain. to reduce gain. How to reduce gain? By reducing feedback resistance. We can reduce the gain of the circuit by reducing the feedback resistance, because we know that gain of an op amp is given by feedback resistance divided by input resistance, right? If feedback resistance is decreased, automatically, as it is directly proportional to gain, the gain of the circuits get reduced. Okay. Then now I will go to that topic. So this is your topic, and this is very important topic for your exam. Very important topic for your exam. See, oscillator amplitude stabilization. This is the heading for your topic. The maximum output amplitude of an oscillator is plus or minus V naught sat. That's right. The op amp waveform may be distorted due to saturation. The concept which I have explained you, this is written here. To minimize the distortion and reduce the output amplitude stabilization circuit must be used. So this is the circuit. The resistor R2 is split into two resistance, R3 and R4. R2 is split into R3 and R4. So together R3 and R4 will make R2. Okay. Rest all things are remaining same. Okay. The above circuit shows circuit amplitude stabilization. Here part of resistance R2 is bypassed with diodes. Means the half part of R2 is R3 and R4, isn't it? So R3 resistance can be bypassed with the help of diodes D1 and D2, D3 and D4. In both directions it is connected, so that in whichever direction the current comes, it gets bypassed. Okay. So the purpose of using diode is that current should flow through the diodes in that particular direction rather than flowing through resistance. Okay. Because diodes are offering less resistance than the resistance R3. Fine. Now, when the output amplitude is low, all the diodes are reverse bias. When the output amplitude is already low, then the diodes are already reverse bias. Means diodes will not conduct. Diodes will not conduct. And the diode has no effect on the circuit when the output amplitude is low. Output amplitude is low means it is lesser than V naught side. Hence, the amplifier voltage gain is equal to greater than R2 by R1 is greater than 29. Means then the gain is equal to greater than 29. It means oscillator will be producing oscillations if it is less than V naught sat. In a case when the output amplitude is very large, or when the output amplitude of your op amp of your oscillator is larger than V naught sat, then all the diodes are forward bias. If diodes are forward bias, then a resistor R3 is short circuited. See, make a correction there. It's not R1. It's not R1. It should be R3. Resistance R3 is shorted. Means no current will flow through R3. It flows through diodes. So make a correction here. It is not R1. Resistor R3 is short circuited. Then amplifier voltage gain AB will be lesser than 29. See, if resistance is shorted there, means resistance has been decreased. If resistance decreases, the voltage gain of the amplifier will reduce. So the gain will reduce, it will become lesser than 29. So if gain is lesser than 29, will there be any oscillations? Tell me. No, right? There won't be any oscillations when the gain drops below 29. So this is the purpose of connecting diodes, because diodes will bypass the resistance and it will decrease the resistance, which will further decrease the gain, and circuit will not oscillate, circuit will not produce oscillation. So the circuit cannot oscillate with high output amplitude, but it can oscillate only with low output amplitude. So this is the purpose of connecting diodes such a way that the output gets stabilized. It means this particular circuit will produce an output oscillations only with sinusoidal waveform without any distortion. The moment it can begin any distortion, that time it stops producing oscillations. It stops producing oscillation the moment it crosses saturation line. Understood? So it can produce oscillations only when it is under the saturation voltage line. So design part, no major change, R2 as it is, I1 is the same current, R1 is same, R3 is taken as 2 Vf by I1. where VF is diode forward bias voltage. Okay, and R4 equal to R2 minus R3. That's it. No major big rocket science into this. Let us end up here. Thank you.